yards per carry, 12:06.
Third down, Dallas needs less than a yard for the first down. Cowboys at their own 44-yard line. White calling the signals. Long count play this time. Laidlaw gets the call. He's got the first down. We got a flag at the 49-yard line.
You don't know if that's a flag or a piece of paper, but I think it's a flag.
There are papers everywhere here. I mentioned just before we went on the air, this at times resembles sort of a flying garbage heap in a way, doesn't it? With all the paper in the air.
Is that any kind of connotation of my nickname, the garbage can?
Yeah. You should feel right at home. So they'll bring it back. As the indication is, the penalty is going to be against the Cowboys. 10-yard walk-off. Let's see if we can get the call here for the referee pen drive.
Offensive holding number 81.
Jackie Smith guilty of the infraction, so wipe out the first down. The ball is moved back inside the 35-yard line. It's now third down and 11 needed for the first down.
Frank, they've got Preston Pearson in there, who's our leading receiver. He's got 45 receptions to date right now, and you know he's one of the great receivers. He played with me down in Baltimore, played for Pittsburgh for a while, and is a real prized possession of the Cowboys.
Danny White from the shotgun. Protection is good. He's going long for Dupree, who can't hold it at the 45-yard line of the Jets, so the Cowboys will be punting it away.
Here it is again right here on the replay. You'll see him setting up the shotgun. The snaps directly back to Danny White. Sets up. Great drop by the linebackers. You can see what the quarterback's looking at right here. Throws it right over the middle. Good pass defense.
So good job defensively by the Jets. Mark Merrill, number 58, was back there contesting with Dupree. And White, of course, does the Dallas punting as well and has done it very well. Now he's got the wind at his back. Let's see what he gets here. Well, not very much. Very poor kick off the side of his foot and going to be out of bounds around midfield. They say it's out of bounds at the 48-yard line. White's going to be a triple threat man today. He will not only play quarterback, but he will punt and he will also hold on placement attempts because Charlie Waters, the regular holder, has got a bad finger. 12 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the first period at Shea Stadium. No score.
Introducing a whole new breed of Mustang. The all-new 79 Mustang from Ford. With a new aerodynamic design, precise handling, and Mustang performance from options of V6, V8, even a turbocharged engine. Mustang for 79, the new breed in 2-door and 3-door models. Capture one at your Ford dealer now.
A good quarterback does his homework on and off the field. That's probably why the three of us are all drinking light beer from Miller.
See, light's got a third less calories than the regular beer, and it's less filling.
Plus, it tastes great. And you know it's important to have a command of facts like that.
It's mental discipline, really.
You're darn right. Because if you know every position, every option, every formation, you'll never get your signals crossed.
Hey, that's my beer, Terry.
Oh, no, this is...
Yeah,
no, wait
well,
a minute. Wait a minute.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Feel my label.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience, and any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New York Jets and the National Football League is prohibited. First and 10, Jets have the ball at the 50-yard line after a 20-yard punt by Danny White. Matt Robinson fumbles the snap and falls on it wisely at the 49. Robinson, of course, is the young man who came on when Richard Todd broke his collarbone in the 4th game of the season, and he has been something, well, just less than sensational so far this year, so much so that they said they're going to have a real battle in training camp next year for that #1 job.
Well, he's thrown some long ones, I'll tell you. He's not, his completion average is only around 48%, but I'll tell you, the thing that he's doing is he's hitting Walker in those deep patterns. He's hitting long average per completion.
Cowboys go with their prevent defense on 2nd down, 11. Hand off to Durking, and Durking gets scrambled behind the line of scrimmage. Great defensive charge that time by the Cowboys as Cliff Harris broke through there with an assist from Randy White to make the stop, and the Jets now are -3 on this particular series of downs and have a 3rd down 13 upcoming. Temperature is not that cold. It's in the 30s. It's easy for us to say, though, because the wind is not blowing on us like it is on the guys on the field. but it's in the 30s. It should drop during the course of the day. The sun keeps peeking through the clouds, but it's the wind that gets you. Jets on their own 47-yard line. Robinson with the drop. Long release. Wesley Walker, number 85, the long ball leader in the NFL, averaging some 25 yards per catch on the year and better than 1,200 yards.
You can see Matt setting up right up here, and Walker's just doing a fly pattern. He's just flying. He's got 4.35 speed, and that ball is just overthrown. But throwing into the wind like that, you can see that this Matt Robinson has a strong arm, and he can throw it. Reminds me a lot of the Joe Namath with the strong arm, and if you get used to playing in this stadium, you can throw any place.
He's even got the old Namath Fu Manchu, have you noticed?
Yeah, I did.
Chuck Ramsey, the punter. Butch Johnson is deep, keeps it low, bounces at the 25, and Johnson will watch it as it's down at the 19-yard line. Kevin Bell, number 80, was down there quickly for the Jets, so the Cowboys will come up with their second offensive possession of the afternoon at their own 19-yard line with 10 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first quarter.
It's simple. A lighter car will use less gasoline. That's why designers and stylists in Detroit are using and considering more aluminum than ever before for hoods, doors, wheels, and over 24 other applications. Detroit is as interested in saving energy as you are. And strong, lightweight aluminum is part of the picture.
We can't wait for tomorrow. Alcoa can't wait.
It takes the average wheat farmer over 50 days and 14 tons of machinery just to plant his seeds in the ground. Now Phillips Petroleum has helped develop a better way, a system that plows, fertilizes, and plants in a single step. It can lighten a farmer's workload and cut his fuel use in half, conserving energy for all of us while we make fine products for your car. That's performance from Phillips Petroleum, the performance company.
Monday, don't miss a Charlie Brown Christmas with all the Peanuts gang, starting at 8/7 Central and Mountain.
Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown!
Frank Lieber along with Tom Addy.
It is the last game of the season, isn't it?
And Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown, yeah.
And we got a score on the Philadelphia game at 6-0. Wilbert Montgomery scored on a 2-yard run, but they missed a point down there.
Well, Dorsett doing a little juggling act, wound up with the ball, plucked his own would-be fumble out of there, and wound up gaining a couple of yards on the play. Tony has fumbled 11 times this season. That's one short of the team record for a running back, set in 1961. I don't think you can really call this a fumble, right?
No, I think
that's a juggle, right? It's an old Matty juggle.
do tricks with that ball up there. Watch it here again. He breaks back against the grain. He picks up his block, but doesn't have control of that football. The one thing you got to do is put that ball away, and especially when you've had 11 so far this year.
2nd and 8. Danny White to Dorsett. Across the 30-yard line to the 31, everything in order. That should be enough for the Cowboys. First down of the ball game.
That was a great call there, Frank. They had him really backed up. Rush was coming on. The linebackers dropped back to that zone back in there, which New York uses a lot of, and they just dropped it right underneath. It picked up about 11 yards.
First down for the Dallas Cowboys at their 31-yard line. No score with 9:45 left to play in the first period. Jackie Smith just came back in the game, so once again, Dallas operating with the tight end setup. Smith is on the wing off to the right side, outside of Billy Joe Dupree. Let's see if he starts in motion again. Yep, there he goes. Dorsett up the middle. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and gets out to the 38-yard line before Burgess Owens, number 22, comes up from the secondary to make the stop. That's been a very effective play for Dallas when they send Smith in motion leading the interference.
He's got that back coming across. Here it is again. It's just a counter play. Watch him, Dorsett, break back to the outside. He follows his blockers as well as anybody in the league as far as I'm concerned.
Kind of reminds you of you in your prime, doesn't it?
My speed especially.
Yes, I'm sure. 2nd down, 3. Dallas from its 37-yard line. 8 minutes, 55 seconds left in the opening period. Danny White at the throttle for the first time ever in regular season play. Hands to Scott Laidlaw. And Laidlaw will be close to a first down at the 42-yard line. All that Laidlaw has done is score 4 touchdowns in 3 starts during the absence of Robert Newhouse and has averaged 71 yards per start.
You know, the other thing about Dorsett is that the defenses have really been keen on him, and you can really tell that because in the last 3 games, he's only been averaging 3.3 yards per carry, Frank, and so somebody's got to be watching him.
Which enables Laidlaw to get going a little bit, right?
That's what helps Laidlaw.
1st and 10. Dallas at its 42-yard line. Cowboys in the I formation. White feeding Dorsett. Dips in and dips back out. Across the 45 out to the 48-yard line. Burgess Owens again making the stop, number 22. Jets could use some help in the pass rushing department. That's hasn't been one of their strong points so far this year, and I think that's probably where their interest will lie in the draft next time around. They've beefed up the offense pretty good. In fact, their offensive unit is number 2 in the league right now. They've scored just 3 points less than the Cowboys.
That's nothing to be ashamed of, but they really do need help on the defensive line, especially. And Abdul Salam is out now with a sprained nail. He may be in today, but you can see that at the end of last week's game. That's where they were really hurting because the Browns just marched right down the field.
Here's White. Good protection. Completes it to Laidlaw for the first down at the Jets 45. And Laidlaw driving forward to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, you take a look at Danny White here from the end zone shot. It's just a play-action pass. Dorsett coming off tackle. Sets up. Laidlaw goes through first. Just goes out in the flat over there and hooks up in that dead spot, and the ball is perfectly thrown. You know, Danny White, he looks like a pretty good veteran quarterback out there. He's generating a lot of offense.
You know, he had a couple of years in the World Football League with the old Memphis Southmen before he came to the Cowboys. So he's equivalent now of a guy in his 5th, 6th year in the pros. Hand off Dorsett. Stopped at the 40-yard line after a pickup of just a couple of yards on the play.
Here's an isolation of what a running back does. He takes a jab step to the one side, comes back up to the middle. It looks like he's going to break it away right here, but he gets nailed right there. It's a good tackle.
Tony Dorsett, 5 carries in the early going for 21 yards at a 2nd down 8 for the Cowboys at the Jets 40-yard line. Danny White, who apparently is the heir apparent for the Cowboy quarterback position if Roger Staubach ever retires. Here's White, again displaying the good arm as he hits Tony Hill. His first pass reception of the day, carries the ball to the 36-yard line. Hill, one of 9 Cowboy Pro Bowlers. Larry Keller, number 56, on the stop for the New York Jets. Jets have 1 player in the Pro Bowl. That's Wesley Walker, their great receiver, who will be starting. Cowboys have 9.
That sort of tells you something.
That tells you something, doesn't it?
Yeah, you take a look at Tony Hill. He has 43 receptions. That's his 44th, but he's averaging 18.7 yards per catch.
He's had a great year. He's the Cowboys' long ball threat this year. 3rd down. Dallas needs 4 to keep the drive going. They're at the 36-yard line from the shotgun. Big rush on White. Gets it away. Hill makes the catch and is pulled out at the 27. First down. Officials will give him the 25.
Here it is from the shotgun again. You can see Danny setting up. They have the blitz on. Danny gets that ball off. It's a great throw. It's a comeback pattern. You can see Hill coming back. Here's what the quarterback is looking at when he's setting up there. You can see the blitz coming from the inside. He just gets that ball off. Tony Hill makes a great reception coming back. It's underthrown. That's what you got to do.
Dorsett taking the pitch inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Goes the Cowboys' fine runner. Danny White now is 4 out of 5 for 34 yards. Not a bad start at all for a guy that's thrown only 10 passes all year long. This Cowboy drive started back at the 19-yard line and has now reached the New York Jets 17. It'll be 2nd down 3. Drew Pearson wide to the left side. Jackie Smith on the wing off to the right. Dorsett, Laidlaw, the setback. Dorsett, 15, and down to the 10. Burgess Owens, number 22 on the stop.
You can see the great acceleration of Dorsett once he gets the ball. Watch when he turns up to the inside. He really flies back up in there, looks for his blockers, and cuts right through.
Good block by Burton Lawless, number 66, opening the way. Ball is at the 10-yard line. It'll be first down, goal to go for the Dallas Cowboys. No score. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in the opening period. Laidlaw to about the 6.
I don't know how he ducked the arms right there, but he got through. We do have some updates on scores here. Philadelphia 13, New York Giants 0.
I think they can smell the playoffs.
I think they can. And we also got the Tampa Bay Saints game. Saints scored on a 32-yard field goal by Steve Mickemeyer. That's 3-0.
No score in our game. Cowboys and the Jets, but Dallas with the first serious threat of the day. Second down, goal to go. Ball is at the Jets 7. Dorsett picking his way inside the 5. He scores. Tony Dorsett, 7 yards off tackle for the first touchdown of the game.
Now here it is right here again. Just great blocking at the point of attack. And look at the jitterbugging through there. He picks his hole so well. Gets in there. That's 6 touchdowns in the last 6 games for him.
Rayfield Wright leading the way this time. Boy, he weaves in,
He
weaves
sure
out,
does.
and back in again.
He's got the great quickness.
He put at least 3 moves on there in 7 yards.
I wouldn't want to have to tackle him in the open field, Frank.
Waters is doing the holding this week, so White gets relief in that area. Septien with the extra point try. It's good. 2 minutes, 41 seconds left to play in the opening period here at sunshiny Shea Stadium in New York City as the Dallas Cowboys lead the New York Jets 7-0.
Only one smoke and fire detector. Adjust to minimize nuisance alarms from cooking or fireplace smoke. It also sounds this warning for 30 days when the battery's low and assures you that all systems are working. Only one smoke and fire detector combines all this. Trust Honeywell to protect your family.
Introducing a new American road car. The all-new Ford LTD for $79, with more front seat room, more rear seat room, more window area, and more handling ease than last year's LTD. Plus the power of a V8 engine standard. A road car to take you across town or across the country.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
To test drive the all-new LTD on your own roads, see your Ford dealer today.
Well, the book of the Cowboys scoring drive, 80 yards in 14 plays. It took them 8 minutes and 10 seconds. That's a pretty impressive drive. Bruce Harper chasing this one down at the 7, back to the 20. Harper at the 25, breaks a tackle at the 30, and is finally dropped at the 35-yard line. So the Jets will put it in play there.
Frank, he's an exciting ball player, that little guy. He flies all over the field.
Free agent. Didn't cost him anything. And he can do it all. He returns punts, he returns kickoffs, he runs, he catches passes. Everything but sell tickets, I guess.
And maybe he does that. We didn't see him out there early.
Well, he does sell tickets in his own way, I'll tell you that. He's an exciting player. Sellout crowd on hand today of some 60,000. Matt Robinson, first handoff of the day to Kevin Long. Now, Long is the leading rusher on the year for the Jets and needs 86 yards coming into this game to reach 1,000. Only one other Jet rusher has done that before, and that was John Riggins.
Here's a San Francisco score right here. They got Detroit got a field goal on a 19-yard field goal by Benny Ricardo, so that puts them out in front. Detroit's coming on this second half of the season.
I imagine they wish the season would last another 6 games or so, huh? Second down 6. Jets at their 39-yard line. Jerome Barkham in motion. Again, it is Long getting the call, and he is sandwiched at the 41-yard line. Harris, number 43. Lewis, number 50. And Bob Brunig, number 53. The Cowboys middle linebacker from Arizona State, whose school played Rutgers up here in the Garden State Bowl yesterday.
Oh, Mr. Jones is having a few words down there. Chris Ward, I think, they were throwing a few. Or Marvin Powell, rather, number 79.
Third down, Jets need 3 for the first down. Larry Cole is in at a defensive tackle. We gave you Jethro Pugh in the starting lineup, but Jethro has been a question mark all week and has been out for a couple of games with a tender knee. Matt Robinson. Intended for Durking, incomplete. Interesting thing about Robinson is that he was a backup quarterback at the University of Georgia. Was a 9th-round draft pick last year, and look at him go. The guy who played ahead of him, a quarterback at Georgia, I understand, is now running a service station. There's the kicker, Chuck Ramsey, in to do the punting, and Butch Johnson back anticipating the punch, standing on his 15-yard line. 1:11 left in the opening period. Ramsey's had a good year punting the football out of Wake Forest. It's a very promising team, the Jets, and they feel that you know, they were in the playoff picture up until last week against Cleveland when they suffered a heartbreaking loss. Dennis Thurman, short man for the Cowboys, fumbled the punt out of bounds, so Dallas will get the football at its 32-yard line with just over 1 minute left to play in the opening period. Cowboys lead the Jets 7-0 on Tony Dorsett's 7-yard touchdown run.
Hey, nice. Where'd you get it?
Avis Rent-A-Car.
Avis introduces rent-a-cars you wish you owned, like the Chevy Caprice,
I think I'll park it myself.
the Cadillac Sedan DeVille, the Olds Cutlass, Buick Regal, the Pontiac Grand Prix. Rent-a-cars you wish you owned. Avis now features GM cars.
Avis, we don't know another way.
3 unidentified 19-inch color TV pictures, each the best of its brand. Over 1,000 people saw them and picked the one with the best overall picture. They didn't pick America's biggest seller, Zenith, or the second biggest, RCA. Over 60% picked the 19-inch Sylvania Superset. Over 60%. We're not the biggest, but a lot of people think we've got the best picture. The Sylvania Superset.
Christmas Day at 4 p.m., Dr. J and the Philadelphia 76ers make a house call on the New York Knicks. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Pro basketball back on CBS as of Christmas Day. One of the officials lost his hat. The wind blew so hard, it blew it all the way over to the sideline, so they had to call a momentary delay here. 1st and 10, Cowboys ball at their 33. Danny White, 4 out of 5 on that impressive first drive for a total of 34 yards. Cowboys had 6 first downs on that drive. Scott Laidlaw taking the handoff, and there's nothing for him as Joe Pellegrini, number 77, makes the stop. Let's bring you up to date on some other scores around the National Football League.
There's another extra point they missed.
Yeah,
right. Mark Miller scored on a 1-yard run and put Cleveland ahead of Cincinnati, which is a great rivalry in that area down there. And also the Giants have come back and got on the scoreboard. Now they're only trailing Philadelphia 13-3. That was on a 27-yard field goal.
2nd down, 11. Our score, Cowboys 7, Jets nothing. Cowboys ball at their 32-yard line. Good protection for White. Out to Dorsett. Nothing there. Jets played that very nicely. Schaefer Suggs particularly, number 23, and Joe Klecko, number 73.
Here again, you can see that this is just a play-action screen over there. Sets up the fake screen to the right, throws back to the left, and a great play by Klecko coming up and making the tackle in the backfield. He read that screen pass, saw what was happening, and that's as it goes.
Well, that play went for a touchdown in the Cowboys' last game, but the Jets obviously had it scouted well.
You want to start something?
Darling, you want to start something.
You want to start something? Start using Rayovac alkaline energy cells, the finest battery Rayovac makes. No ordinary battery can last as long as our alkaline energy cell. In fact, one Rayovac alkaline can last up to 8 times longer than an ordinary battery. So if you want to start something, start using Rayovac alkaline.
Get something started with Rayovac.
They're everywhere. Today's physical Americans. If you're one of them, there's a new cologne made just for you. Racket Club. It gives a man the physical advantage. It's like that terrific feeling when you know you're going to win it.
Racket Club, the new cologne for men. It's crisp, stylish, exhilarating. Racket Club, wear it.
Wendy says it's my most effective weapon.
New Racket Club cologne by English Leather, the physical advantage.
Remember this, a Rhine wine by any other name is not the same. Next time you wonder what white wine to drink, think of Gallo Rhine.
Frank Lieber with Tom Matte back at Shea Stadium in New York. Second quarter about to get underway with the Cowboys leading the Jets by a score of 7-0. Very windy, blustery day with the wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Even the goalposts are moving a little bit under the... Look at the top sticks of those goalposts wave. Cowboys ball, third down. They need 13 for the first down at their own 30-yard line. Oh, bad snap. White back at the 5-yard line, looking downfield. Goes long over the middle, and it's almost caught. Incomplete at the 32-yard line.
That was a great scramble by White. Got rid of the ball. They were really back in that hole there. You could see the ball pop right up through his hands. Maybe Staubach is taller, I don't know, but he makes a great play. The ball bounces up in his arms. That's just a lucky bounce. Then he starts looking around.
And winds up almost completing the pass. Had Preston Pearson not fallen down, he probably would have caught it.
He'd have caught it.
4th and 13. Big break for the Cowboys. White to do the punt. Harper at the 31-yard line. 35. Hit by Mike Hakeman at the 39.
And he got hit. Woo.
So the Jets will take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Pretty good pop there.
You could see Harper get himself under control here, starts looking for some blocking, breaks up to the inside. Watch him get nailed right here. Those are the kind that hurt, Frank.
Tell me about it. Huh? You never returned a punt in your life, did you?
Wait, I led the team. I led the league for a while in kickoff return, about 2 weeks.
It was either that or disappear, huh?
That's right.
You want a job? Get back there and return kicks. Here's Matt Robinson. Safety blitz is on. Cliff Harris was booming through there. Charlie Waters covering Barkham at the 48-yard line. Number 83, the intended receiver. Kind of a delayed safety blitz.
Yeah, I think they went on a quick count there, and I think Waters was just didn't anticipate the count that quickly. We do have some updates on some scores. Steve DeBerg hit Jack Steptoe, 35-yard pass. It's 7-3.
There's Tony Dorsett on the sidelines, all bundled up.
There's our nice stats for the first quarter. Doesn't look too impressive for the Jets right now.
2nd and 10. Robinson is 0 for 5 in the passing department. He's having a tough time getting going. Hand off to Dierking, who gets out to the 42-yard line. Pickup of 2. You can tell how hard that wind is blowing simply by looking at the jersey sleeves on these guys. It's hard to stand up.
I saw a guy when I was walking in get blown over out in the parking lot. Fell in a puddle of water. I think he might have had a couple of bruises in him, though.
That was more than just the wind, I think. 3rd down, 7. Jets at their 42-yard line. Matt Robinson, second-year man out of Georgia at the throttle. Wide open over the middle is Walker. And the Jets have their first down, I think, of the ball game at the 45-yard line of the Cowboys.
Good pattern by Wesley Walker. You can see Matt setting up in the inside right here. Steps up into the pocket, pressures on him, really drills that ball. A good catch. Almost loses it there, keeps control, picks up the first down.
There was a flag on the play, but the penalty was against the Cowboys.
Offside, decline a penalty, first down.
That's the word from Ben Dryden, the referee. Wesley Walker on the pass reception. He's got 8 touchdown passes this year. Tampa Bay and New Orleans now tied in the first period. Jets trailing 7-0 in the second quarter. They're at the Cowboy 45-yard line. Robinson intended on the near sidelines for number 33, Kevin Long.
He caught that ball, but he caught it out of bounds. Good pass coverage.
Henderson back there protecting.
Reaches right inside.
You know, he mentioned Henderson had a strep throat coming into the ball game. He said he got a letter or a card or something from somebody the other day with a poem on it. They said, Thomas Henderson sure is cute, but could he play as a mute? And the answer is probably no. He said, if he can't talk, that's part of his game. 2nd and 10. Jets at the Cowboy 45. Robinson under pressure loses the ball. But I believe the Jets recovered the fumble back at their 46-yard line.
A lot of pressure on him there.
Randy White, number 54. I think White and Harvey Martin got a little thing going. They each have 15 quarterback sacks on the year, so this one decides it.
You could see the pressure. They had a tackle-tackle game on the inside. Came around the outside and really wrapped him up.
It was actually Stalls who gets credit for the sack here. White was also in there, but Stalls, 65, got there first.
You could see the tackle going outside the end there. Tackle end game. Stalls wings him around, and those big guys can throw you around.
3rd down. 19 needed for the first down. Jets at their 46. Again, pressure on Robinson. Hit from behind and manages to hang on to the football until after he was down. Loss of a couple of yards on that play. That's Harvey Martin getting his first quarterback sack, his 16th of the year. Team's 55th.
Here's Matt setting up again. He sees the pressure from the inside. Look at the way he's hanging that ball up like a loaf of bread. Now he's going back just ready to throw it, and he's lucky he holds on to this thing and hits the ground because it does pop out, but as long as you're down with that ball under control, it's not a fumble.
Ramsey to do the punting. Now he should have the wind at his back. I say he should have because the the open end of the stadium is behind him, but once the wind gets inside the stadium, it kind of swirls around. You got a case where 2 flags could be blowing in opposite directions. Keeps it low. Puts Johnson back at the 15. Trying to get to the far sideline. He gets nothing. Ridden out of bounds at the 16-yard line by Ken Troy, number 48 of the Jets.
You can just see right here. Watch this ball being centered. Look what it's doing as it comes back. It is really hard to concentrate. Not only that, but when you're dropping it, it's really difficult to kick, so it really makes it interesting.
All the guys that do commercials for light beer from Miller are big stars and guys like that. Me, I'm just a humble bartender, but I drink light too, and I'll tell you why. It's less filling, it's got 1/3 less calories than a regular beer, and it tastes great.
Jerry, now that you're a big star, can I have your autograph?
Well, sure, Mr. Dangerfield.
Hey, would you like mine?
Not really.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
How about my initials?
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Come fly with me in one magnificent flying machine, the 79 Thunderbird. I love its luxurious cockpit. Fly with a V8 engine.
Power steering and power brakes, all standard. Glide in great style with wrap-over roof and opera windows at a down-to-earth sticker price.
79 Thunderbird. What a way to fly at your Ford dealers.
A bit of a breeze at Shea Stadium. Now the Jet snapper is Joe Fields, and he's going to have to start allowing for this, isn't he?
You saw that. You saw the flag. Now watch the football. We showed this on just going into commercial, but look at the way that ball is going all over the place. A great adjustment by the punter.
The snap was straight, right? He had to take that big step to his right just to catch up with it.
Oh, that ain't no fun to play in.
Either that or Fields has found out a way to put a curve on his snap. 1st and 10, Cowboys at their 16-yard line. Once again, the double tight end offense for the Cowboys. Jackie Smith in motion. Dorsett takes the handoff. And a stop after a pickup of maybe a yard in the play. Joe Pellegrini, number 77, into the tackle. 49ers and the Lions up at the Silver Dome. At least they're playing without any wind up there.
That's right. Mr. DeBerg hit on that long pass again. He's a young quarterback with a good arm, and they're in a rebuilding program too. They're a young ball club like the Jets here, but they sure weren't as successful as this team has been this year.
2nd down 9 for the Cowboys at their 17 as Danny White looks over the defensive alignment. 11:25 left in the first half. Nice fake by White out to Tony Hill. to the 23-yard line. They needed to net the 26 to pick up the first down. So it'll be a 3rd and 3 upcoming as Bob Martin, number 59 of the Jets, made the stop.
You know, Frank, you take a look at these kind of conditions that they're having, and you take a look at also at the shotgun offense that they use on that direct snap back to the quarterback that's set up about 5 yards deep. You know, on a day like today, it's awful dangerous to do that, as you saw with the snap of the ball and the punt. And this could have been the reason why that thing took off on that last one that he had. He's going under the center this time.
3rd down. Dallas needs 3 for the first down to keep the drive going, or they'll have to punt against the wind. Danny White's pass is tipped and intercepted at the 35-yard line. Larry Keller, number 56 of the Jets, makes the interception, and the Jets have a first down at the Dallas 28-yard line. That's something that Dallas has not done in recent games, turn the football over.
Here it is again. The reason why this interception took place was that big defensive lineman got his hands up in the air, catches it. Now watch, he almost gets tackled by his own man there.
Joe Pellegrini, number 77, made the tip.
Here he is again. Watch him get it up there. Pellegrini hits it. Ball pops in, and his own man, number 63, right there, almost makes a tackle on him.
Back to live action now. Jets first down at the Dallas 28. They give to Kevin Long, and Long gets a yard. I tell you, he's going to have a tough time gaining his 86 to get to 1,000 because the Cowboys are number 1 in the NFL against the rush.
You know, that 1,000-yard mark, even though this is a 16-game schedule, is still, you know, probably one of the greatest feats a back can have. I got close to it 1 year. I think I got a little
400 something.
No, I got 919 yards.
2nd and 9. Jets at the Dallas 25-yard line. Robinson intercepted, and that's Aaron Kyle. Back to the 15. Kyle at the 20. Out to the 28-yard line. He takes it back to the Jets' original line of scrimmage.
When you talk about great interceptions here, that ball was even thrown behind him. Here you'll be able to see him throw the ball. Matt throws it right in there, but watch where he catches that thing. He gets back, and then he makes a great run back right here, gets him in great field position.
There are lots of things to munch on to feed your hungry crew. Burgers, tacos, pizza pie, just to name a few. But I come for good fresh chicken, like I know I should. 11 herbs and spices make it finger-licking good.
It's so nice, nice to feel so good about a meal, so good about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I am Dick Riley, chairman of Firestone. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has made an initial determination that a safety-related defect exists in our 500 radial tires. To resolve this matter, we are replacing free certain tires purchased after September 1, 1975, and at half price others purchased before that date. A detailed announcement appears today in major newspapers.
On New Year's Day, CBS Sports presents the Cotton Bowl, with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame taking on the Houston Cougars. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
There's a portion of the sellout crowd of 60,000 plus on hand here at Shea Stadium. Be nice to sit in the sunshine today because the benches are not in the sunshine. Here's Cowboys. 1st and 10. Here's Dorsett breaking a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Gets it out to the 35 and is dragged down to the 37 after a pickup of 10 yards on the play. Bobby Jackson, number 40, made the stop. 3rd meeting ever between these two clubs. Dallas won both, one in Dallas, and then the last game of 1975, which ironically was the last time that Roger Staubach missed a start. It was up here at Shea Stadium in New York against the Jets. The Cowboys were quarterbacked that day by Clint Longley. Beat the Jets 31-21. 2nd down, less than a yard. Danny White amidst the flying debris. Double tight end setup. Jackie Smith in motion for the Cowboys. Scott Laidlaw picks up the first down at the 38-yard line. Quarterbacks have those special slits cut in their jerseys so they keep the fingers warm between plays. It's not a very, very pleasant situation. Of course, a big game for Danny White. I'm sure he feels he has the opportunity to show what he can do.
I'll tell you, every time you get a chance to get in there and play, you want to make sure you do a good job. And one of the things a back does, I used to wear gloves on the sideline, was to keep those hands warm, because once you lose those feelings, boy, it's tough to get, to get them back warm again.
First and 10, Cowboys at their 38-yard line. White with the pitch to Dorsett. Dorsett is caught behind the line of scrimmage. Fine penetration by Larry Keller, number 56, the left side linebacker for the New York Jets. Oh, he got through there quickly.
There he is right there. Dorsett just gets nailed. A good tackle.
7 minutes, 55 seconds left to play in the first half. Cowboys 7, the Jets nothing. 80-yard touchdown drive climaxed by Tony Dorsett, 7-yard runoff tackle.
The thing is, if the Jets had an opportunity there, they'd be able to capitalize on that fumble or that interception that they had, and they could have gone in there and scored. They could have made this a real close ball game.
2nd and 11. Deep drop by Danny White. Now flushed out of the pocket by Klecko. Gets the pass away. He's got Drew Pearson at the 40. 35 down to the 30 and out of bounds at the Jet 29.
A great throw by Danny White. Found Drew Pearson open in that spot. Coming right across the middle of the field. Here it is. Play action again. Dorsett off tackle. Danny White's looking downfield. Sees that pressure coming from the left side there. Rolls out. Picks up Pearson. Perfect throw.
He did a great job under pressure there, finding the open man, didn't he?
That's nice to have that kind of depth.
Officials mark it at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Cowboys. They lead 7-0. White is 7 out of 10 for 73 yards. Gives it to Dorsett. Looks like White had a little problem with the exchange with the center, John Fitzgerald.
Got an update on that San Francisco-Detroit game. Now it's 7-6. Ricardo hit a 40-yard field goal up there.
Danny White was the regular starting quarterback for the World Football League's Memphis Southmen, directing an offense which featured Larry Zonka and Paul Warfield. There is nothing that is stationary in this stadium today, I don't think. You have a tough time standing up. 2nd and 13. Dallas from its 32. White hands to Dorsett. Picks his way up the middle through the Jet tacklers to the 25-yard line for a pickup of 7 yards on that play. Dorsett's getting a lot of work. Of course, he likes to carry the ball 20-25 times per game, and he may get his wish at the rate he's going. He has 13 carries for 54 yards. Give you an idea of the debris and the way it flies around here. It's unbelievable. You know, hot dog wrappers and everything else. Laylaw comes out. Preston Pearson goes into the passing situation. It is 3rd down 7. Cowboys at the 25 of the Jets. White with good protection. Near sideline throw to Preston Pearson. He's down to the 15, to the 10, and out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Preston Pearson, Cowboys' leading receiver on the year.
You've got to expect when he comes in that ball game, they're going to be throwing to him. Because he comes in on a passing situation. He's got 40-some receptions. Right now, he's about 46, 47 receptions right now, and they're going to throw to him. He gets open. He knows how to get open. He knows how to read those defenses. Sets himself up out there and does another great job. Gets more than the first down. They're knocking on the door.
He could become the first running back to lead the team since Calvin Hill did it in 1973. Officials mark it at the 8-yard line. 1st down, goal to go for the Cowboys. Tony Dorsett trying to get outside. Gets a yard to the 7, and that's it. Good containment by Schaefer Suggs, number 23 of the Jets. Stops him after a pickup of 1.
Dorsett had a few words there.
Yes. Dorsett has now scored 6 touchdowns in his last 6 games. Snapping a 6-game scoreless streak. Here comes Preston Pearson into the lineup once again. 2nd down, goal to go as you look over the shoulder of Merrill, the Jet linebacker, Mark Merrill. Danny White Handing off to Preston Pearson, who reaches the 5 for a pickup of 2 in the play. Joe Pellegrini, number 77, jammed up the middle that time.
Dorsett came off the field limping a little bit. I think he might have got his ankle twisted down there. That was what the conversation was about as he was coming back to the huddle.
3rd down, goal to go from the Jet 5-yard line. 4 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in the first half. Dallas leading 7-0. So it is Preston Pearson coupled in the backfield now with Scott Laidlaw. Drew Pearson is wide to the left side. Tony Hill is split to the right. Danny White. Pass is tipped and short of the intended receiver, Scott Laidlaw. So a field goal situation presents itself for the Dallas Cowboys. Rafael Septien, who is 15 out of 25 on the year, number 2 scorer among kickers in the National Football Conference. With the ball at the 5, Charlie Waters will put it down at the 12, which will make it a 22-yard effort. He is perfect from this distance on the year. 7 out of 7 inside the 30-yard line.
This wind's going to make it a little bit different, though.
He's got it.
Not too much different.
Almost like an extra point. So Septien with a 22-yard field goal. And with 4:13 left to play in the first half, Cowboys 10, Jets nothing.
Who's America's greatest band leader?
America's greatest band leader is Spidell.
Spidell.
America's greatest band leader is Spidell.
Spidell.
Spidell's newest band leader is tapered Twistaflex, the sportiest Twistaflex ever. It'll make your old watch look new, or your new watch look better.
America's greatest band leader is Spidell. Spidell.
Introducing Kmart 672, a powerful new car battery that's completely maintenance-free. Hook the 672 to this electric winch, and it can pull this 44-ton diesel locomotive, the Kmart 672, packed with power to deliver surefire starts. If it can pull this 44-ton locomotive, you'd better believe it can start your car. Check it out at most Kmart automotive departments across the USA, where quality auto parts are Kmart priced.
Frank Lieber with Tom Matty back at Shea Stadium in New York. Septien ready to kick off. He'll be kicking against the wind with 4:13 left to play in the first half. Pretty good boot. Look at this. Bruce Harper a yard deep in the end zone. Out to the 10, 15, 20, and up to the 23-yard line. Jets have not been able to get it going offensively. Robinson has hit 1 out of 8 for 13 yards, had 1 intercepted. And rushing-wise, they have a total of 8 yards rushing and 1 first down so far here in the first half. That's not going to win many football games for you.
That sort of tells you a little bit about the defense that Dallas does have. Even with Roger Staubach out of there, this defense is going to be in there. They're going to stay together, and they're going to play their kind of ball game.
Wesley Walker is flanked to the right side. Mike Hegman, the Cowboy linebacker, head up with him. Robinson looking for Walker and overthrows him. Interesting thing with Walker, now they moved the linebacker out to bump him at the line of scrimmage, leaving Benny Barnes back there, the cornerback, to pick him up.
That's right. They're putting a double coverage on him. They want to make sure that he doesn't get a hold of that ball. That guy can fly with it.
Dallas scoring drive, 68-yarder to go with the 80-yarder they had earlier. 2nd and 10. Jets at their 23-yard line. Trying to figure out this Dallas defense. Hands to Kevin Long. Nice hole as Long breaks across the 30 and is close to a first down at the 33.
Well, at least they're throwing out on first down. Here is a draw right now. Good call. They know they're in a passing situation. They got the games going on up the front wall up there. Randy White broke to the outside. Good run by Kevin Long.
Henderson, number 56, on the stop for the Cowboys. This will be close enough to measure.
You know, you're talking about that Dallas defense. And you take a look at those 2 safeties they have back there, Waters and Harris, which I think are 2 of the best combinations in the business today. These guys are great. They've got good coverage. They come in on that safety blitz. The Dallas Cowboys mix those defenses well. They know how to play them. That's why they're up there at #1 in the league.
Short of the first down by a matter of 2 or 3 inches, I would suppose at this point.
Yeah, if they let the wind blow long enough, it'll roll that ball
Maybe they'll
over.
get it, huh? Second down in inches for the Jets at their 33. 3.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Jets trailing 10-0. It is Long. Picks up the first. Almost breaks out of the grasp of Cliff Harris. First and 10 Jets at their 38. Their second first down of the afternoon.
Closing in on halftime here, Frank. We've only got 3:20 left in the game. In this first half, rather.
Martin left the lineup for the Cowboys for one play and was replaced by Larry Bethea, the Cowboys' #1 draft choice. Here's Robinson back to throw under pressure. Brunig got in there on the blitz.
They had everybody coming.
Bob Brunig, number 53.
You can see it here. Linebackers, they got the safety coming. There's Waters coming in their pitcher right there at the top. So if the safety blitz was on, everybody was coming after him.
That's the third quarterback trap for the Cowboys. Gives them 56 on the year. They are second in the league in that category to Detroit, which had 60 coming into this weekend. Second down, 16. Jets at their 32-yard line. Again, Robinson back into the pocket, delivers over the middle, completes it for short yardage to Jerome Barkham. Number 83. Barkham came to the Jets as a wide receiver, has moved to the tight end position. Excellent receiver.
6'4", 217, got great height, range. He can block. He's improved on it. You can see Matt setting up to the inside. Throws it directly over the middle. Barkham's there. Good tackle. No place to go. There's, you almost had a leg injury right there. You can see him wrapped up around there.
Mike Hagman on the stop for the Cowboys. It'll be third down and 8 for the Jets at their 41-yard line, and we have come to the official 2-minute warning prior to the end of the first half. Timeout on the field with the Cowboys, leading the Jets 10-0.
Monster Sports away.
Sold 1 million more wagons than anyone else.
Ford wagons outsold all others. I'll accept this one.
Ford, the wagon master.
Because of a certain ability I possess, I've been asked to tell you all the useful shopping information you can find in the Bell System Yellow Pages. Names, addresses, phone numbers, maps, directions, credit cards, items for sale, charge accounts, deferred payment plans, brand names, regular valet parking, custom work, machine work, quantity discounts, colors, days and hours of business, insurance, bonding, deliveries, endorsements, cash and carry, 24-hour service, estimates, illustrations, years in business, same day.
When you need to know who, what, where, when, and why, let your fingers do the walking through the Bell System Yellow Pages.
Thank you.
Next Saturday, CBS Sports presents the Sun Bowl, with the Texas Longhorns taking on the Maryland Terrapins. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
And guess who's going to be in El Paso next Saturday?
My boys from Maryland down there. I'll tell you, that's going to be a great bowl. That's a great fun time for the teams. And it's also a lot of fun for our people from CBS.
Guess who else is going to be in El Paso? You're looking at him.
You're going to be there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to doing that. Third down 8 for the Jets. Less than 2 minutes now in the first half, and Walker drops the ball at the 50-yard line.
And it was a good throw. A little behind him. Have to adjust on those kind. He's upset with himself. You can see Matt setting up right up in 5 steps back. It's a quick out pattern. And he really puts some... He really zings that ball in there. Right in his hands. You're not supposed to drop those kind.
Fourth down, punting situation now for the Jets. Both teams have all of their timeouts left. Butch Johnson trying to keep warm, standing on the 20-yard line for the Cowboys. As Chuck Ramsey shaking his head, wondering what in the world. How can they expect me to punt in this?
Oh, he gets a beauty.
Oh, he did. He got it up in the wind. Johnson at the 12. Dumped at the 14-yard line.
That was a great kick.
Yeah, you got all of that one. No question about that. So the Cowboys take over at their own 14-yard line after a fine putt by Chuck Ramsey of the New York Jets.
1934, and for miles around, there's just desert. Joe Jamaro over there, he dreams of farming this dust, and all he needs is water. Oh, there's plenty of water around here, except it's more than 1,000 feet straight down. Bringing it up's going to cost plenty. More than Joe's got, for sure. So where's he going to get the money to drill for water over 1,000 feet down? Where? From the money folks keep in their full-service bank. You see, America's bankers back Joe and thousands of other farmers, too. So today, you know that desert as the San Joaquin Valley. It looks like this for hundreds of miles. And the food from here, well, it reaches every table in America. So the next time you're shopping and you see a butte like this, remember, you had a part in it with the money you put in your full-service bank. America's bankers, helping you change things for the better.
Well, everybody bundle up at Shea Stadium, and that's because the wind is blowing. Look at that light tower swaying behind the scoreboard.
I wouldn't want to be sitting underneath those, Frank.
1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their 14-yard line. Danny White handing off to Preston Pearson, who carries out to the 17 or 18-yard line. We've received no word on Dorsett. Well, I see him back in there, as a matter of fact. So he apparently is okay. Both teams with all of their timeouts left. Let's see, the Jets, I believe, have just used one, so that will leave them with 2. Dorsett went out a little bit earlier. We thought perhaps he had twisted his ankle. But he's back in there ready to go. He has carried 14 times for 55 yards here in the first half. Danny White has hit 8 out of 12 for 90 yards. Thrown 1 interception, and for a guy who hasn't played that much this year, he has looked sharp, hasn't he?
I think he's called a very good game, but, you know, these coaches do a good job preparing him. And this is a good young ball club with the Jets, but, you know, Danny White's doing a good job.
Second down, 6. Dupree in motion. Pitch to Preston Pearson. And Pearson is dragged down back at the 10-yard line. And again, the Jets want to call time, as they want to get the Cowboys in a situation where they have to punt against the wind.
You can see the pursuit right here. Preston Pearson gets a quick pitch out to the right side there. No hole. Tries to cut back against the grain. When you're in this kind of position, the best thing you can do is get what you can. But he's trying to run that clock out, too.
Very unusual to see Preston Pearson and Dorsett in the backfield at the same time.
Usually in a passing situation.
I would say that's what they're in right now, 3rd down. Needing 10 for the first down.
I don't think they'll put it up. I think they're going to take their chances, although they're going to the shotgun.
Danny White being blitzed back in the end zone. Gets rid of the ball. Pearson had a shot at it. Couldn't hold it. We get a flag down, and I think we had an ineligible receiver downfield. I noticed Herb Scott of the Cowboys was 5 yards beyond where Preston Pearson was.
Safety. They called the safety.
Yeah, they called the safety.
They sure did.
Huh? Let's see. How can they call a safety?
No, they didn't. I thought the official. What's in?
Downfield 68.
All right, ineligible receiver.
4th down.
Herb Scott, number 68, was downfield and was an ineligible receiver.
I thought he was another receiver they had coming out of the backfield. You think the Jets might try to block this one, Frank? They got 10 guys on that line right now. They're coming after him.
Danny White punting against the wind, standing a yard deep in the end zone. A minute 20 left to play in the first half. Jet crowd hadn't had much to cheer about so far. Big rush. White gets the punt away and out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
Boy, did they come after him. Great pressure.
Ken Schroy, number 48, blew through there. And White saw apparently he's going to get it blocked unless he took that extra step.
Danny White makes a great adjustment. You can see the man coming right in the corner of your screen right now. Watch him come across. There he is. He would have blocked it, no question about it. Danny White makes a great play. Even though he shanked it, he would have had that thing blocked and it could have been a touchdown.
Well, the Jets have an opportunity here with a first down at the Dallas 30. Dallas leading 10-0. Matt Robinson Sideline throw almost intercepted by Cliff Harris. We get a penalty marker thrown at the 15-yard line. See what this one's about. Either offensive or defensive pass interference against the Cowboys. Either that or holding. It's going to be against Dallas.
I think it's against Charlie Waters.
Well, Charlie didn't much care for the call as he lets the officials know about it.
Defense, illegal contact 41. First down.
Well, Charlie hit the receiver beyond 5 yards. So that gives the Jets another first down, a 5-yard advantage. Moves it up to the 25-yard line of Dallas. 1 minute 10 left in the half. Robinson goes up the middle to Harper. Harper at the 15 and down to the 10-yard line.
Oh, boy. Is that an exciting little man running that ball right there? They got to have the hurry-up offense right now.
Bruce Harper is 5'8", weighs 180 pounds in that area. Burns down. Goal to go for the Jets at the 10. Robinson, sideline throw. Intended for Gaffney. Derek Gaffney, number 81, the intended receiver. That stops the clock with 43 seconds left to play in the first half. Benny Barnes, number 31 of the Cowboys, over defending.
We've got some updates on some scores right now, too. That's Detroit's up in front of San Francisco now 13-7. And Cleveland's still in front of Cincinnati, though, 6-3.
Second down. Jets actually could pick up a first down if they got inside the 1. Nose of the ball just outside the 10. Robinson under pressure. Sacked back at the 21-yard line. Fourth trap of the day for the Cowboys. It was Mike Hagman. Number 58 who was in there with an assist from Too Tall Jones. Number 72.
They've got to at least get a field goal out of this.
Third down. Ball is back at the 20-yard line. Robinson completes the pass at the 20. Ball is fumbled, and let's see, it's a Dallas recovery at the 15-yard line as Aaron Kyle comes up with the ball. Mickey Schuler, number 82, made the reception and then coughed it up. Schuler back up, rookie tight end from Penn State. Fighting for the ball here, and he gets popped right there.
And it pops out.
Well, not a bad day for Aaron Kyle. Plucked that one out of the air. Had an interception earlier. It never hit the ground? I don't think it did.
Never did hit the ground. It just popped right out.
25 seconds left to play in the first half. We'll have all the halftime activities, highlights, scores coming up shortly. So stay tuned. Cowboys first and 10 from their 16-yard line as Tony Dorsett carries out to the 17.
That should run the clock down to halftime.
Jets do have a timeout left. I don't know whether they'll use it. They were kind of saving that thing in hopes
for a field goal.
For a field goal. Didn't work out that way. Turnouts have been costly for the New York Jets. Time runs out here in the first half of play at Shea Stadium. First half that was all Dallas, offensively and defensively as well. Jets got field position on an interception a bit earlier and on the short punt, but they couldn't push it across. Hey, looking at Dallas, even with Danny White in there at the throttle, you got to believe they're about ready for that Super Bowl.
I think they're really prepping up, especially the defense, Frank. They've just done an outstanding job containing Matt Robinson. Wesley Walker, the number 1 pass receiver in the league, he has just been contained to the inside. The pressure has been great. They've had a number of sacks in this first half. They've got to come up with some kind of a new game plan this second half.
Cowboys have had a couple of impressive drives. One the 80-yarder, climaxed by the 7-yard touchdown run by Tony Dorsett, and a 68-yard drive, and they got the field goal by Septien out of it. And I think you can tell a little bit difference between a defending Super Bowl champion and an experienced football team and a good, young, but nevertheless still inexperienced team.
Very young team. They've got a great coaching staff. Walt Michaels, he has a possibility of being coach of the year. He's done such a great job. They predicted them to have a 1-15 record here. They've come back and showed the people in New York what kind of a young ball club they are. They average 1.6 years of experience. They're only, I think the average age is something like 24. So, I mean, this is a young ball club. They're aggressive, and I think they've got a lot of potential coming up. They've got some great draft choices this year. They've got 4 extra ones from what we can hear from the PR guy.
You know, Tom Landry could be Coach of the Year, I guess, every year,
Yeah.
but that award now seems to go to the guy that does the most with the least, sort of, you know. And the guy who is successful year after year, Landry has been with the Cowboys in the playoffs 12 or 13 years. He never gets a tumble, but nevertheless, he's done another great job and has that capability of getting a team to peak at the right time. They've won 5 in a row. They win this one. They've got 6 victories in a row and then a week to rest, and really, right now, would appear to be the best team in the NFC.
I don't think there's any question about it. The thing that they've done is that they've come along. They've kept upgrading themselves, and they've really reached the momentum that they have to have going into these playoff games. These playoff games, each one is like a Super Bowl, and you have to go in mentally and physically prepared. Today's resting Roger Staubach, I think. He could have played if he had to have played. I think it's a great move on his part. Give him that extra week off. Get him ready for the playoffs because it's all or nothing now.
You know, motivation, you begin to wonder. Dallas really doesn't have that much to gain here. They have an outside chance at hosting the NFC Championship game if they win and the Rams lose to the Green Bay Packers. But nevertheless, the Cowboys in this first half have come out and done a very professional job, pretty well handling the Jets.
Well, they've contained him. They've contained Matt Robinson, and this guy's a good young quarterback. You know, he can wing that ball, and the conditions here are pretty, they're pretty tough. Whenever you're playing in wind, you don't know what that ball's going to do. I've been out many a time on a pass pattern when Unitas would throw it to me with these kind of wind conditions. What would happen, that ball would drop 2 feet before it'd get to you. So it's tough.
Well, we're at halftime. Cowboys lead the New York Jets by a score of 10-0. Tom, Maddie, and I will be back with more halftime activities shortly.